New England Patriots football on 98.5 The Sports Hub and the Patriots Radio Network is powered by Shaw's. Go shopping, get rewards, and save with Shaw's for you. Download the Shaw's Deals and Delivery app today. Shaw's, protecting the art of fresh.
Bpod Studios.
Putting you in the middle of the story.
It's gotta be the closest thing to Woodstock.
In the middle of the day.
Like an acidic trip.
There's always a little bit of heaven in the disaster area.
Zolak and Bertram, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Feiereisen to the belt. And he pitches. Line drive to left. This'll do it. Headed for the monster. And no, Meadows makes the catch, but tagging Santana, it in fact will do it, and the Red Sox have won the series. A sacrifice fly by Kike Hernandez has finished this 24th season of Tampa Bay Rays baseball. The Red Sox win it in walk-off fashion for the second straight day as they beat the Rays 6-5 with one in the ninth. The celebration is on at Fenway Park. Congratulations to the Boston Red Sox. The wild card team has advanced by defeating the best team in the American League.
Red Sox with a big win last night, moving on in the American League playoffs to the ALCS.
Over his history-laden franchise, 24 years, man. That's a long time they've been in existence. Hard to believe that. Just got that in the call right there. 24 years. Here we are with going back to 1918. What does it mean? That's all. They've come a long way, though. It's pretty good. It's a good team.
Who asked?
Well, that's what happens when you play that ending call like that.
What?
That guy was bummed out. That sucks. Been on the other end of that one.
Who do you want to play? White Sox
Houston.
Or Astros in the ALCS?
Houston.
Oh, my.
Is it even a question?
Houston, of course, with the 2-1 series lead. The fourth game of that series was delayed yesterday. That could be helpful to the Red Sox, considering they wrapped things up last night. Here's what I'm rooting for. I'm rooting for the Astros in 5 in that series. I want that one to go 5.
Rest.
And I want the Red Sox to have the benefit of resting their arms and resting their players, period. They've gone through some intense games here over the last week, and the rest would be good for them. And I want the Astros. I do. I think that would be a great story. And it'd be more interesting.
Way more interesting.
And the thing is with the Red Sox and the Red Sox fan base, got no ground to stand on crapping on the Astros fans. None.
We kind of neutralized the fight, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's Alex Cora against his old team and the drama of
absolutely.
Red Sox Astros. And these have been two of the teams with, put the Rays in there too, that have sort of been at the top of the American League in recent years. And I think Houston has a much more interesting team. I'm rooting for it to be the Astros. I think that could be a lot of fun. I think it's a better team. I think the odds of the Red Sox winning go down, but I definitely want that ALDS on the other side to go 5 games. 617-779-0985. Jeff in Nashua on the Red Sox. Jeff.
Hey, what's happening? Book 4, though, on the Raiders. From my trusted source, G-Money out in Vegas, the last straw for Mark Davis was one of Chucky's 650,000 emails in which Gruden talked smack about P.F. Chang's pot stickers and lettuce wraps. But what's with Zoe's fascination with shading Tyler? I am curious. And for all the ragging Milliken receives from the misinformed masses around here in Front Runner Nation, beginning with Maz, of course, it's really something. At the start of the show today, did anyone hear T-Milk actually mention 2 plays, the Renfroe grab and the Wander Franco absurd strike 3 call, which the milkman was obviously able to see through his protractor and his compass? So as I said last week, don't hate Heim because you ain't Heim. Now, these late games.
That's good. We'll stop there.
I can't control what they say.
What does he want from you on those 2 plays?
I don't know. He was just giving me credit for bringing them up.
Oh, got it. Let's go to Nick, who's in Worcester. Hey, Nick.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Good.
Hey, isn't it funny how things work out? Tampa hits the roof and they get a home run. And the next day or 2 days later, we have that screwball play. The ball ricochets off the wall, off a play, and it goes over the wall and helps us out. But listen, you guys are saying that you think he's doing a great job managing. Let me run this by you, if I may. The pitching. Why is he doing this? And when I say he, I'm talking about Cora. He did it again last night, and he did it 2 nights ago. The pitching is working fine. Okay, he goes out there and he's taking pitching out when he shouldn't be doing it, in my opinion.
Who shouldn't have come out?
Last night. Okay, I didn't think. I thought he was doing fine in the 5th inning. He only gave up 3 hits. He had six strikeouts. But then he brings in. Am I pronouncing it right? Hovik, the relief pitcher.
Hauk.
I like Hovik.
Hauk is the guy that you're referring to. Listen, 2 nights ago, Alex Cora, as I told you yesterday, hosed his own team by not going to Whitlock in the 8th inning and bringing Robles in. Bad decision on his part. Is last night's decision to bring in Brazier a bad decision, Zoe?
I felt like it was. I don't know. I just felt like Brazier's going to give us up.
I did not feel that way at the time.
Like, you knew he's due for one.
I thought that
Same
that
thing
was
with Robles.
Even though I just want to make abundantly clear, I will never advocate for Brazier under any circumstance. But I thought that was an automatic decision there. That was going to be Brazier Whitlock, 8-9. That was the plan. Didn't go to plan.
No.
Didn't go the way he would have liked to have gone. Big winner last night. Brazier's kid, by the way. He's never going back to school.
Are they still in court?
I have no idea.
Suing the Texas Supreme Court for his kids.
Who are they suing now?
Right to skip school to go see Daddy
Has
pitch?
that kid been held back? Like, is he reclassified?
With the pandemic, a number of their caseload is high, and they've had a number of cases pushed back. I don't know if they've been able to get in front of the high court yet.
Jesus.
I'll take all the way to the Supreme Court. Or just send the kid to school.
Yeah, or just let him to school.
Yeah.
And watch it on the TV set.
Brazier versus Board of Ed.
It's the new Brown versus
We call
Board
Oker's
of
company.
Education.
Oker's could get him one of those touch-view reactive things for school. Yeah.
This is where I think Alex Cora as manager gets, sort of the credit. That is, there are guys that are sort of performing to the highest of their abilities on this team. And it's not just pitching changes. It's guys in the lineup. And trying to put together a lineup with a bunch of guys that don't exactly fit the puzzle, I think has been challenging at times. And I think he's done a decent job of it. I think he has.
Oh.
They were talking last night how Christian Arroyo hasn't played because they brought on Iglesias the last weeks of the season, but they had to play him because they had to get into the damn playoffs. They had to make sure they were in. And so he's had situations like that. A guy's not even eligible for the postseason who they were using down the stretch. And he's had the first base disaster. And he's used Dahlbeck to the best of his abilities. And Schwarber's made a huge impact. And there's just been sort of platoons and rotations that have gone into this lineup over the course of the year that I think he's done a decent job with. And again, I think the biggest thing as a manager these days is just managing the room, managing the personalities. And you're going to have a hard time finding someone who's better than that, connecting with Devers to get the best out of him, which he routinely does. I just think that's where you give him the most credit. In game, I think there are some things that you can question, like you can do with any manager. I think it's just what we do. In baseball, you second-guess the manager. It's as old as the sport itself. 617-779-0985. More from you next.
Boom Boom Games, your home for 80s and 90s retro video games, wrestling figures and collectibles, vintage toys, cards, comics, and all your nostalgia needs. They've got something for every console from Atari 2600 to the PS5 and Xbox Series X. Looking for a specific video game? They will try to source it for you. Do you have some old consoles or collectibles? Bring them in because Boom Boom Games buys and trades. Boom Boom Games is also your store for Star Wars toys, Pokemon, and the wrestling selection will have you feeling that sweet chin music. Boom Boom Games in Billerica. Check them out.
Not a dummy.
Beetle. Zolak and Bertrand. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
It feels magical when you're in a situation like this, but being realistic, it's the work of a lot of people. It's the work of a lot of people. Some of whom are standing on this field, some of whom are not. Most important is the work of those players who built this over 162. Now they got a chance to go to the ALCS. Hopefully we got a chance to keep it rolling. You hope the ball bounces your way, but there's no substitute for the hard work, for the day-to-day determination that it takes to get where we've gotten and hopefully where we want to go. We felt we had a good team with upside, and we had to do the right things to win ball games. I think we showed it over the course of the season. It wasn't always pretty, but when we played our game, we played well, when we were locked in, focused, we can hang with anybody. That team that we beat is outstanding, and we found what it took to beat them in a 5-game series, and that shows what the ceiling of this team is.
I thought for a moment last night Chaim Bloom was about to say the Rays, they're better than us. He called them outstanding, is what he said.
I took it from that. Like, we just beat a really, really freaking good team. In 5. In 5. We found a way to do it in 5.
Right. Which roster on paper would Chaim Bloom pick? The Red Sox roster or the Rays?
What, are you kidding me?
Pick the Rays. Plus,
who'd you take, Tyler?
That he's had.
Which roster, Tyler?
Which roster would you take?
I'd lean Red Sox.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. No, but you look at the Rays I think he's speaking the organization as a whole. Just having the best farm system in the game. And
no, he's talking about the on-field product.
Yeah, no, but I think he's talking about the organization that he came from, the respect he has for him. Of course he's going to give him a ton of credit. They're the reason he has the job he has now.
I thought he was going to say they're better than us. And we beat them. And we beat a better team. Because they're hot at the right time. Which sometimes might be worth more than anything. That's not to say that the Rays would be far better than the Red Sox. I think they're similar in terms of amount of talent on their rosters. They're similar. When healthy, the Red Sox have better starting pitching.
And it should be good. Like this next series, if it is Houston, it should have juice. It should inject incitement into it right away. You're right from the get-go, first pitch.
The White Sox do absolutely nothing for me in terms of the level of getting excited about a great series. And Tony La Russa's barely alive. And
give me Bregman. Give me Altuve. give me those guys. Give me some pricks you need to play against. I need a villain. I'm sorry, I need a villain. I like having a villain. That's why you love the Yankees, Red Sox, the back and forth. You hated them.
Peter's on the Cape. Go ahead, Peter.
I think one of the unsung heroes of the game was Whitlock. When Whitlock got over to third base and was the key backup, Hunter unleashes another rocket from...
I don't think he was unsung. I think a lot of people gave him credit for that during and after the game last night. And as they should. It was great. It was good heads-up play.
Yeah. It's just amazing that these guys are intermingling the way they are, and it's critical that they do it. Good baseball sense. Got to give them credit.
It's coming together at the right time of year, too. Feels like they're playing their best baseball. John is in Mashpee today. Hi, John.
Hey, guys. Hey, Cora. He's done a great job in 2018 and all. And, of course, they were going to bring him back. I was telling guys around here that the day after that he was gone, hey, they've got to bring him back. He handles the guys great. It's just him and the players are a great fit. Henry was going to bring him back. There was no question. I think they just all said, hey, go, Corey, you go to Puerto Rico, keep your mouth shut, and let's go on, and we'll bring you back in a year.
Just keep a low profile over the course of the next year, if you don't mind. Real low profile.
Act very upset.
Go under the radar for the next year. And then we'll bring you right back.
They didn't make him walk around Puerto Rico like a scarlet letter on him, right? The castaway. How dare he?
Bring you right back.
Uncle Ron can keep your seat warm.
Uncle Ron.
Jesus, that poor guy.
Where's our Ron Renicky drop? Come on. Get that fired up.
Ron Renicky.
Ron Renicky.
Just keep a low profile for the time being, if you don't mind. Okay? Is that okay with you? And then next year we'll bring you back. Bring you right, Alex. We'll bring you right back after next season.
Do we have any Henry from
do
from
we
Butch?
have any Henry?
Butch chased him down, right?
we have any sound of that?
I thought they had it in the morning show. Somebody said, "Oh my God, he sounds old." Oh yeah, he's old. That's how old people sound.
How old is he? He's in his 70s, right? Now we got to look that up quick. Hold on. Let's see. He is.
I'm gonna go 75.
Ooh. He just turned 72. Younger than I thought he was.
Yeah, does he seem, 3 years older?
Spry.
Does he seem 3 years older, that's it, than Belichick?
No. No, that's a great way of putting it. John Henry and Bill Belichick are 3 years apart.
That's it.
Does that make you feel worse about Belichick or worse about Henry?
Like Maz is my age. Who seems older, me or Maz? Maz.
Kevin is in Whitman. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, guys. What's going on? I just want to talk about the perfect game that Olvik through over the past 3 starts. This is typical Red Sox fans. They call in and they don't know the guy's name. His name is Hulk.
Hold on.
It's all like Hulk Hogan?
Mispronunciations of Red Sox players' names by old guys has been a Sports Hub tradition.
It's a marquee.
Felger and Maz.
Oh, my God.
And have a file. They have a file that they've kept starting in 2009.
Hovik.
Because I was there. I was on the show for 6
Who
years.
are some of the names? I'm blanking on them right now.
Oh, man. We have an all-timer where there was a guy who called about...
Renteria?
No, he called about Pedro. And, oh, my God, there was a million in there. Just the name drops. They have a file of this stuff of mispronunciation.
There's got to be Euclid ones.
Look, I don't mind those because those are guys who are just watching the games. Sometimes they're just reading the screen, to see who's pitching. They don't listen to a lot of
But
talk
they watch
radio.
every game, so I don't care.
Yeah, they don't.
They're
listen,
not bad fans.
They don't. Right? They don't listen to sports talk. They don't care, and that's how you know.
Better fan than I am these days.
Of course,
they have all the time. They sit there and grind it out, all 162.
Every pitch of every inning. Yeah,
they watch it all. That's true. They don't concern themselves with. It's definitely some sort of like generational thing.
I want to talk about Salta Mayaka.
Salta Mayaka.
That's great. That is great. Got any more, T-Bone? Got any more you can dig up in there? If Jimmy Stewart's listening right now, he's like,
I know where the files are buried.
Filing it away.
What are you doing? I'm getting the dinner ready. I'm starting the sauce. I'm braising the chicken. I got a salt of my yaka. I get it all going here.
Wags and Wellesley. Wags.
Hey, guys. Yeah, that's Salta Mallorca. That's something else. I wanted to quickly sound off about Gruden because, Beetle, I think you're asking all the right questions. This stinks to holy heck. I don't know what's going on, but 650,000, that number, and John Gruden is the only guy with some dirty stuff in there. Please have a good one, guys.
Yeah, it's just that just doesn't add up. It doesn't add up out of all the stuff that's in there. And again, I'm not saying that the emails shouldn't have come to the light of day or that he should not be out as Raiders coach. No, not a defense of him whatsoever. He did the right thing in resigning before he just would have been fired or kicked out of the league. So that's really not the story. That's an obvious part of the story. The not so obvious part is, what were those other guys on the email chain saying?
Yeah.
Why doesn't the NFL have any interest in releasing any documents whatsoever related to their investigation of that team in Washington? They did not produce a report. They did not produce any documents. They gave the investigator went back to the league office and gave an oral report on what it is that happened there. That was it, an oral summary.
So the
They haven't
emails,
produced anything.
They may even be like the initial email that starts the chain. That could be in reply to something somebody else said.
Yes.
And where are the replies to what he said?
It's a conversation. It's been described as a conversation.
Okay.
That these number of emails from Gruden and others that were all involved in an email chain at some point What the hell were the other guys saying?
Wouldn't it be something if Gruden punches back with something?
I just get the sense that that's not out of character of what was on this email chain. So the other guys are what? Hey, looking forward to the game this weekend while Gruden is spouting off about
just randomly
women.
going to go on some racial attack here.
Right.
Out of nowhere.
About whether it be about Michael Sam or female refs or about at some point politics came into it. I mean, what? So this was the only guy talking about any of those matters? He's the only guy who had a comment?
So, I mean, it's his email, so he's going to have access to it. He's going to take it and say, hey, here's my lawyers. Here's the rest of the people. Why don't you go talk to them too? And here's what they said.
Well, so he can go ahead and do that, but
Sure
all he would be doing is going after the people that he was friendly with on the email chain.
Hey, don't forget.
And does he want to do that to his friends?
Don't forget.
Does
his
he want
family. Hey, his brother was head coach of
the
Washington football team.
His brother was the coach there, and his son is still on the Raiders staff.
Yeah. Junior. Yeah.
It's incestuous league.
It's
Always
crazy.
has
It's
been.
like firing Andy Reid and leaving his kid on the staff.
Steve Belichick got a shot at the Raiders job by any chance? Fingers crossed.
That's a hell of a gig, man.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a gig.
Go for it.
Hey, and that's a team that's
Hope he gets an interview. Hope he gets hired.
Actually started fast this year. The Raiders came out of the gate pretty good.
617-779-0985. But the Red Sox, the story of the day here locally. We'll get to more of your calls on that next.
The beauty of business is its ability to solve human problems and to bring those solutions to scale.
Bentley University President Ela Brent Crite explains how good business can make the world a better place.
Bentley is uniquely positioned to prepare students for a 21st century marketplace. The intersection of business and the arts and science is where magic can occur. That's what we do. That's what we bring to the table. And that's the difference at Bentley.
You want to talk sports in Boston? You talk to these guys.
I'm just going to say something quick. If you want to get everything, just go see Big Al and Reveal.
Zolak and Bertrand on 98.5, the Sports Hub.
I'm going to kill Louth, by the way.
Not me. I love Louth.
Yeah, no kidding. That's what I'm going to kill him over. Comes in the middle of the show, Hardy. And I already took up my complaint with Louth. I told him directly. So we have a new HR system here. This is a long story we'll make really short. We just have to transfer over all of our info. So we're going to start over, put all our stuff in, choose benefits again, all that stuff, right?
Prove your identity and citizenship to our
to the people we work with.
It's as if we all just got hired as brand new hires because we're switching systems. That's the short of it.
Right.
Yeah.
So it takes a little time. You got to go step by step online and plug in all this information and select all these different things. Jim comes in and sets Zoe up on it in the middle of the show.
I had a question. No. I had a question to him that I was having difficulty signing in. So Jim came in to offer his help, being the assistant program director.
And now what? And now you're signed in?
I'm signed in.
And now you're going to sit there and work on that for the next 2 hours?
I will do it during the break. Yeah. Not doing it right now. Watch.
T-Bone, you believe him?
Yeah, watch.
No.
I don't believe him at all.
Yeah.
This isn't the break.
There you go. That was Call sitting there.
I'm like, Jim, what are we doing? Middle of the show? We're going to lose Zoe due to this? Trying to figure out which pet insurance plan to get?
Okay.
I ain't getting pet insurance. I told you that.
But what
That's
is it?
Newpro. Newpro offers their employees pet insurance.
Got that. They're installing it at my house tomorrow. I'm going to get pet insurance with that.
Tell me what your issue is. What's the problem with Jim coming in here in the middle of the show and helping Zoe with that?
Providing a distraction to Zoe.
I think I've been
that
fine
takes
today.
a lot of time in the middle of the show.
Okay, do you think that Zoe was not in danger of being distracted by something up
He
until
was,
that
but
point?
let's not add to it. Let's not make sure we do that.
Speaking of that,
Jim knows better, Hardy. That's what it comes down to. Jim knows better.
I'm into it today. And Hardy knows that too, because I saw Hardy downstairs, because I tried to bring my passport in to show John Corey that I am myself. Here's my identification. Hardy was in there doing something, found some complaint about somebody down there. So Hardy and I then go to the old kitchen. I bring up more shelves for the store out there. So I did that this morning. Then I'm thinking maybe the chips are a little overpriced. Maybe we should drop the price of the chips.
We're not dropping. No, in fact, it's a great value compared to the price of chips downstairs. When listen,
that was nightmare down there.
Hardy and
way
I
overpriced.
have really exploited the supply and demand here, and we're actually doing a solid to everybody by charging $1. We could easily be charging $2 and we'd still get the money for them.
Well, especially the effort too. You've got to figure in the gas driving to the store too.
And is the markup on the chips higher than the sodas? Yes, but the sodas were practically given away. The soda is a great cost.
I heard somebody complain about the chip price. That's all.
I heard that too.
Who was it?
Louth.
Oh.
So dead to me.
That's two. That's strike two on Louth today.
You don't want to raise the prices because then you're dealing with change and.
We're not having a variable pricing system. You make out great on some items, you make out less great on others.
You ever try to Venmo 75 cents? You got to put the point in front and all that. No,
it's like the dollar menu at McDonald's. You know, when you take a look at it, and I'm sure we've all done this at some point in our lives when you're strapped for cash, and it's like, okay, I literally only have the $3 here.
I have a question.
What am I going to get them? Where's the most calories? How can I get the most sustenance for $1? Is it with a small soft drink for $1? No.
See, and this
is it a $1 McChicken sandwich? Yes.
This is where I thought to move more product, like that Wendy's $5 pick and grab bag. You could do this: chips, soda, and a candy bar for $2.
No.
I thought he was going to say sandwich again.
That's called just buy two, get one free, and we don't offer that.
We're not doing.
But that would move more product, and we would be able to replace it more. I don't know.
We're not.
Most people show up and buy two things. They buy chips and a soda. Want to give them a third product for free? No.
Yeah.
What about that the Wake Up Buddy show? They get their store up and running yet?
I haven't seen it.
Huh.
That wouldn't be a BOGO. It would be a BitGo. Buy two, get one free. Buy two, get one.
We're not thinking about it now.
No, we're not doing it. Yeah. I'm not thinking about it.
Not thinking about it at all.
Why would you start giving them something free for something they're already doing?
Chris in Hartford.
Just bring more people.
What do you have for us today?
Yeah, Red Sox, that's what I'm talking about. Once we got by Tampa and Cora had to do the final exam, it's going to be clear sailing because he's got Dusty Baker or he's got La Russa. Cora could pick a coach now and back in the 20s. That's how good this guy is.
Who's older? Hey, who's older? Is it La Russa or Dusty Baker?
La Russa. It's got to be.
La Russa is.
Has to be, right?
Yeah, but Cora, he uses the analyticals, but then he has the gut, too. That Renfroe catch was unbelievable. But Rafael Devers. But there's one reason why I want to play the White Sox. I don't know if you guys know it or not, but this guy, Tim Anderson, who's a fraud at shortstop, he's an F and A.
I'm sorry?
I don't know.
I don't know what that means.
Yes, you do.
What's his problem?
He doesn't like him.
Why?
Thinks he's a bad person.
That effing A. Whatever that means.
He flips his bat.
So?
The bat flipper? Oh, your guys didn't pimp it last night? Devers knew that thing was gone, man.
Over that thing. I thought that thing was done.
What? Oh, you got to put your head down, run to first, buddy. That's the rules. I like the bat flip.
There's only one bat flip stylistically I'm not a huge fan of. The one where they grab the barrel of the bat and they throw it forward.
Yeah, slam it like.
I don't know what it is about that particular bat flip. I don't like that one.
Who's the guy? Who's the guy?
Most common now.
Who's the guy? In Toronto? Who's the guy in Toronto?
Stupid.
The real good one. Who's the guy in Toronto?
I'm not offended that they're doing it, but
Bautista.
Bautista, that's it. Yeah,
that's
Bautista.
the best one.
That's
Bautista's bat flip's the best thing.
That's
going.
a Hall of Fame bat flip. Hall of Fame bat flip.
You know, where's the finesse in just grabbing it and throwing it? You know, stylistically, there's a lot to be desired there with that.
Gotta have some rotation.
I don't even want to call it a flip. That's a bat toss. That's not a flip. Eric's in North Carolina. Hi, Eric. All right, we'll try and reconnect with Eric. We'll put him back on hold. We'll get back to your calls next.
In business, setbacks change everything. So get Comcast Business Internet, now with Security Edge. It helps protect every device that's connected, so you can be ready for what's next.
Restrictions apply. Security Edge requires Comcast Business Internet. Actual speeds vary.
Zoe and Beetle, working to keep you up to date at work.
I don't even know what that is. Yeah, you'd know it if you smelled it.
smelled it.
98.5 The Sports Hub.
You know, I knew that we had a really solid team, and the same thing I said in spring training. Nothing has changed. I thought that all we needed to do was survive till we got Sale back, and then we would become a really dangerous team, and that's basically what we did. And then there were some guys that I didn't know that came through, and you know, we have a team with a bunch of really good baseball players that know how to play the game, and I mean, here we are surprising everybody but ourselves. We knew in spring training we had the team to make it this far, and here we are.
Red Sox moving on to the ALCS. They're as hot now as they've been in some time. I feel like there is more buzz around this team now in winning an ALDS series as there was maybe them winning the World Series in 2018. I'm serious. There's more buzz and more conversation and more people into the rooting interest of the Red Sox as maybe there was going back 3 years when it was the World Series.
Think Patriots have something to do with that?
For sure. Yeah, no, that's definitely probably part of it. The Patriots are not a good team. And Sunday's game, from a Patriots perspective as a sports fan, was a tough watch. That game sucked, and the team sucked, and that was not an enjoyable 3 hours you spent watching the Red Sox, the Patriots on Sunday, whereas these Red Sox games, including the one immediately following the football game on Sunday, was a 5+ hour affair, and it was a joy to watch. All on the same day. And so, yeah, I think that maybe that's a part of it. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I think the Red Sox have also had some wins that have been able to sort of show their personality and their fight, and beating the Yankees certainly helped out of the gate in the wild card game. And like I said earlier, it's been that Yankees win has been a springboard both on and off the field.
I even read the people that cover the team, all the beat writers, they're equating, what the environment or what the feel of the ballpark was, and it always goes back to, well, this is bigger and better than last Tuesday, or this is not as intense as last Tuesday. Yeah, that's a springboard for
I was thinking about this last night. When was the last time the Red Sox won the ALDS and it meant as much as it means right now? And I think you've got to go back at least to 99 in moving on.
04?
No, the expectations in 04 were through the roof. They were. It was great that they won.
I understand what he's saying.
But
you got to look at it in terms of the roster. Right.
You came out of it in 03. You had a stacked roster. Schilling was now in the mix. And the expectation, that team had the highest of expectations. Yep. Terry Francona came in with a mandate of win the World Series. That was an impossible sort of amount of pressure that they just dealt with.
You don't have a 3-4 hitter like you did in Ortiz and freaking Ramirez. You don't have that. And you don't have the rotation you had or the closer you had.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I don't think winning the ALDS meant as much in terms of feeling like the team had really achieved something. I think that's what it was. I think it's 99. I think it's Cleveland to 99. Beating Cleveland and going to the ALCS against the Yankees was the last time an ALDS win meant as much as this one last night. I don't think in any of those other runs we felt that way.
Yeah,
even in 2008 when they didn't ultimately win against the Rays, I don't think it felt this way. It feels like they've really accomplished something by winning this series.
Last night felt genuine. The celebration, that you talked about, you watching the entire celebration after it. That felt genuine. It didn't feel hawkish. It didn't feel like guys were slapping around. We got beer boxes on our head. They went through it, and you could tell it affected them. Like they feel like they accomplished something. They did, and they did. And now, it gives them the confidence to go out and play. You just beat the best team in the American League. You're beyond playing with house money
now. In terms of excitement and in terms of just great series, 2003 had this as well, the Oakland series. That was Derek Lowe.
Yep, grab your crotch.
Given the, break it down and suck it there at the end of the series to the Oakland dugout.
Yep,
that was the
most filthy pitch ever.
Yeah, that was the end of the 2003 ALDS, and that featured the Nixon walk-off in center field.
How old were you, Tyler? 3?
There
were
was
watching it from your crib.
That was a wild series, and I think that that obviously had a boatload of excitement. That was right in the heart of, fever pitch.
Milken was watching on his
fever
baby monitor.
But I think in terms of like the accomplishment, we knew the 03 team was good. I don't know. This to me feels like, going back a ways.
It's upset. It's an upset.
Yes.
It's an upset.
Yes.
This is the way you feel when you upset somebody.
Yeah. Was that an upset in 03? Who was favored in that series?
That was a heavyweight fight. Yeah.
They were down 2 games.
Before the series had begun. I mean, really, I'm talking about prior to the series beginning. Okay. All right. I don't know. I don't know who was favored to win that series. I can't recall. 617-779-0985. But speaking of that energy as it surrounds the team, Eric in North Carolina, take it away. Go ahead.
Hey, boys. Hopefully soon, too, it's going to be Eric and Saugus again. I think it's time for that.
Well, you had enough? You had enough down there?
Yeah, with the whole thing I'm doing for a job, and I'm ready to come home. I got to be back around that Boston energy again. That's why I called.
Wait, can you do your job living in Boston? That doesn't work.
No, Beetle, I can't. No, I'm going to have to get out of that NASCAR and all that stuff. But it's time, But what was really awesome? I've been watching these last couple games, and you set me up perfectly by your previous points. Is I feel like there's been a bit of everybody thought the Boston sports renaissance has been over, recently. There's been a lot of air taken out of the room in Boston with the whole Brady Patriots thing, some of the stuff with the Red Sox after 18, the Bruins, the Celtics, whatever. I think that, and COVID, you add COVID into it, I think that the area we felt we got a little cocky over the years. I think we took it for granted, and I think there's a rejuvenated appreciation. I think that's playing a part into what we saw at Gillette maybe, and especially what we've seen at Fenway, because I think there's just a big rejuvenated appreciation.
Because we've been knocked down a peg? Is that why? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I just feel like the air's been taken out of the room recently with the whole Brady thing, the Red Sox after 18, the Cora thing, COVID. I think it's a positive.
True. I don't know, though. I mean, listen, the Red Sox and Patriots are still only 3 years removed from championships. They both won in 18.
You look at the
it's been so long.
And
now the teams are getting a little bit good again, and we're having a deep appreciation because we've just been so long since we felt this way.
I don't know if it was Boston Sports Info.
Slow down.
It's been a long journey back from 2018.
Yeah, long journey back
3 whole years ago.
Somebody put it in most recent games in a conference championship game by team, and Red Sox were just in it, obviously, 2 years ago. You had the Bruins in 19. Celtics made it to the Final Four, but there was a Patriot run of 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm like, wait a minute. We played in 8 or 9 straight AFC title games? What the F is wrong with us? People are screwed up in the city.
Well, it's a long...
what a drought.
It's looking like it's going to be a long journey back for the Patriots.
Man.
The Red Sox are back sooner than the...
I thought it was a misprint. I'm like, whoa. Yeah, that's right. It's crazy.
The Red Sox are ahead of the Patriots in their rebuild. I know there's a little rivalry between those organizations.
No.
A little bit. We'll pick this right back up after headlines. Don't go anywhere.
The safety of your loved ones has never been more important. That's why Safety Insurance offers the Drive with Safety app, which gives you the ability to monitor driving habits that will help improve the performance of every driver in the family. Plus, save 5% on your auto policy. Ask an independent agent about Safety Insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms.